A big hello to everyone. I am Meena Shah, the founder of Starchild Education and Learning. Starchild is an education platform which believes that a child's education journey must be exciting and fun. We also believe that review, reinforcement, and practice embeds knowledge in the deepest recesses of our mind, and thus we remember it forever. And this especially applies to a younger child's mind. Starchild's Mission PlaytoLearn has been created just for this purpose. Today, we will be in conversation with Priyanka Acharya, who is an expert financial planner and educator. She is the founder and director of the Learning Lifeline and the author of the book Lakshmi Gyan Se Lakshmi Maan. She believes in making families financially savvy. So very, very warm welcome to you, Priyanka. So happy to have you.
Thank you so much.
So you mentioned that you would like to have, to help families to be financially savvy. So what do you mean by
that? So when it comes to finances, generally the mindset is that finance means an academic subject or a subject with lots of number crunching. But I think out of all my 14 years of experience, what I've discovered is that finance is not a subject. It's actually a way of life. And how we have our WhatsApp now, or we have our Instagram, or in case of YouTube, or how you are making things easy for children in terms of, every child is learning a subject. But when the child comes to Starchild, what does the child get is he or she gets a lot of engagement, lot of, experiential learning, and a lot of exposure to different stuffs. So the child becomes education savvy by using Starchild. Same ways, we have all become WhatsApp savvy. Then we all became Zoom and Google Meet savvy in the lockdown. Same way, I want to make finance, a very family-oriented thing so that every family becomes financially savvy.
Correct. I mean, that is so good to hear. And so when we talk of, again, families and finance, of course, the question is of savings and investments. Now, as a child, for me, the only thing that I thought of in saving was, of course, my piggy bank, which I bought from the market. And I'd love to fill it with coins. And when it got heavy, of course, we broke it, and we were so thrilled to see that we had collected so much money. Then what happened to that money? Of course, I do not remember whether we spent it or our parents did something. We don't know. So how different is it today for a child? How does the child save?
So what I would say is, out of observation, is that the style of saving might have changed, but the concept of saving still remains the same. So when I say piggy bank is still a very favorite concept in any child's mind and every parent's mind. But yes, I do agree that now piggy banks have, transformed from that mitti ka gullak to those digital, where you can put in the note and the note goes inside, and, you can calculate, it shows how much money is there totally inside, and all those tech savvy things have happened. So the foundation remains the same. Mathematics, English, science, everything remains the same. But I used to study from textbooks, and I used to study from very, content heavy textbooks. But when my child goes to a Starchild, the child is learning from a lot of interactions and colorful worksheets. So I always believe very strongly that the foundation, the concept of saving money or of learning is all the same. So everything is still necessary. Only the mode of transfer has changed.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. The learning, of course, remains the same. So as you said, whether it is to do with finance or with actual subject education, academic education, it really does remain the same. So, when we talk of savings, again comes the thought of investment. So how would a parent explain to a child the difference between investment and savings?
Okay. So there's a very simple story that you can use with your children. For example, if I tell an, a 8 to 10 or 12-year-old child that you have a piggy bank, because you said piggy bank, so let me continue the same conversation. So if I tell a child that there's a small piggy bank that you have, there is something, some function or some celebration or something, for which your parents are going to utilize that money, and they are in short of money. So you have a piggy bank, and this is a real important function for your family or an emergency for your family. So would you please help your mommy and daddy with this piggy bank, please? वो बच्चा कितना भी बदमाश हो, कितना भी naughty हो, कुछ भी हो, the child normally would say that yes, I would love to help my mom and dad, because as humans we are empowered with this own money feeling even if we are children.
Correct.
So the child will agree instantly, saying that yes, I will give the piggy bank. Now you can ask the child that अब आपको ऐसे नहीं लगता कि अगर आपके पास 2 पिगी बैंक होते तो अच्छा होता, कि एक आप मम्मी डैडी को दे देते फिर भी आपके पास एक पिगी बैंक बचता. So the child will say, yeah, I really good, I should have had 2 piggy banks, that was the best.
Yes.
Now you can tell the child that so from this experience, please ask your parents to open a new piggy bank, which is a magic piggy bank. Now, what is a magic piggy bank? Piggy bank is simple. I put a coin and that's it. The money is saved. So this piggy bank is a magic piggy bank, because if I put 5 rupees, after some time when I open it, it would have become 50 rupees. If I put 50 rupees, after some times I open it, becomes 500 rupees. So that's the magic of the piggy bank. So the child will get curious to know that how is this happening.
Yeah.
And here you introduce them to the difference between saving and investments. And if you do it like this, the conversation will pick up, the entertainment will be there, and the child will learn much faster out of curiosity. Rather than technical jargons, the child will learn in a much more lucid manner.
Yes, I understand that. And yes, it's a good story to share. So, so when should a parent start teaching about finance or money to a child?
So an ideal age, I think, would be 5. Because by 5, the child would have learned basic words and all in school. So, words and sentences should be okay with the children. And in psychology, like we say that, first 7 years of the child's growth are very important, because most of the brain development happens there. So before the child turns 7, suppose if we introduce them to finance as well, that would really, pitch in very fast in their minds. So I think 5 is an ideal age. And then age appropriate, you start, using the concept of piggy bank, or using the concept of this magic piggy bank, or saving investment instruments, and you keep on doing this. Plus, बच्चे गाने सुन के बहुत कुछ सीखते हैं, जैसे कि आजकल अगर गाने बज रहे हैं, so as soon as there is a new release, the child picks up first that this is the song, या ये हमारे घर पे suppose अगर हमारे घर पे गजल्स बजती है, so the child starts singing ghazals very easily and seamlessly.
Correct.
So that way, if you want to do that, so in fact, I started a concept some time back where, like we were talking of Starchild. So a child is going to school, but when the child comes home and solves those worksheets, that's when the parent and child bonding also increases, and the child is learning in a very interesting manner.
Yes.
Same way, sometimes as parents also we get inquisitive, looking at those engaging sheets कि यार हम भी solve करके देखते हैं हमारा grammar अभी तक ठीक है कि नहीं. So same as I started with a concept which is a podcast. It is India's first and only podcast currently, which released in 8 languages together, just to make sure that it reaches maximum families. And the podcast itself is known as Ek Chuski Finance. So every Tuesday, there is a new episode coming out. Now, if these things start playing in the house, like our song is playing, let's say 8 minutes ka episode har Tuesday aa raha hai. I wrote a book, as you said. So all this, if starts in the family, the conversation starts very easily. And when that conversation starts as, early as 5, or as, teen as 12, 13, 14, these are a good age to start these concepts, and make sure that your children don't get influenced by others. They are driven by, proper education and learning in finance.
Yes, I'm surprised, of course, to hear the 5-year thing, because I never thought that, children could actually learn so young. But yes, definitely that they are like sponges. Up to the age of 6 or 7, they are like sponges. And yes, once again, what you said about the music and, the repetition, all that makes a huge difference in the learning for the child. So whatever it may be. So yes, they will actually absorb it. I completely agree with you on that point. Lastly, I would like to ask you, so how relevant, the question is actually, so should children, how can parents make children start saving early? Should they start teaching them how to save early, and how can they do that?
So money is, something that is, अगर मैं और आप भी बात करें या किसी भी family में बात करें, so money is something which is वो कम ही पड़ने वाला है. That's what we observe, around us, that कितना भी, somebody who is earning 300 rupees, 3,000, 30,000, 3 lakhs, 30 lakhs, वो पैसा उनको कम ही पड़ रहा है. That's why, they are striving for more. So if we start a real conversation in the family, where something like, now let's say there is school ka time, okay, so school ka time is fixed, so we have adjusted ourselves also कि यार अगर को 7 बजे टिफिन देके भेजना ही है तो हम भेजेंगे, and we will have no excuses, nothing to it. But like a concept like Starchild, so it is very flexible. So I might think that I can do it tomorrow, then I can do it later, then this week, that week, तो वो हो सकता है. But because it has that, magnet that, a child sees and likes it, loves the whole concept and also that's how the child picks up and the child starts prioritizing it. नहीं, मैं पहले एक worksheet कर लूँ क्या, because I'm liking to do it. I am getting marks there. I'm getting some interactions there. I'll get stars. I'll get rewards. So can I do this? So that's how a child wants, to prioritize things. Same ways in finance, if we start doing certain, elements of conversation with the children, they are very curious, they are very inquisitive to know what is happening, and they would do all the research that you want to do for you. So if you start like this, start early and start a conversation and have a very healthy discussion in the family, at least dedicate one Sunday in a month, where it is only dedicated to financial discussion and a very healthy discussion. Even that can trigger, a lot of sense of belonging, a lot of sense of ownership. And the children learn at a very basic stage, so that when they grow up, when they have their own money, they are not, into that, okay, I've got money, I've now stopped pocket money, I've earned my own money, so I'll blow out my whole salary or blow out all the money. So they will be much more matured in terms of managing money.
Yes, correct. I agree. And so it has been a very, very rewarding conversation. I think many parents will learn so much from this when they listen to this. So thank you very much for being here and answering all my questions. Thank you so much, Priyanka.
Absolutely my pleasure. Thank you.